what is something that bothers you about dating today? What's something about men that pisses you off? Just something that, like, when you think about dating, it's the first thing in your head that pisses that you think about.
Let's
be
go.
honest. Come
Let's
on, be
go.
honest.
No.
Just be honest.
I think my thing is like practicing what you preach. If you're a grown man, you're older than me, and you're telling me to communicate and be vulnerable and not answering, replying, or what, that's immature. And then say I'm doing those things and I start to fix them, and then you go and do that. That's crazy. Like, you should and just not being a hypocrite. Like, practice what you preach. If you're gonna be on, say like, oh, you're so young, like da da da, and you're literally a few years older than me, and you're like, oh, you're 24, you're so young, da da da, and then you're telling me I need to act a certain way, and then you go and act that way, like, after you've just done. That's so crazy to me.
Well, so like men and women are just not different once again. Like everything always goes back to like us trying to like blank slate things and kind of be like, well, if he's telling you to do this, it's because that's, as a man, that's what makes him feel more secure in the relationship. What makes you feel secure in a relationship and what makes a man feel secure in a relationship are two completely different things. Like,
unless I'm just an exception.
No, don't get me wrong. He is a hypocrite. I will agree with you that like he's a hypocrite and that he shouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, I understand that men and women are different. I understand why he wants that out of you, and I understand why he's still going and doing those things, because men and women are just different. We're not the same. Like, what, like for you to sit there and like what is something that like he complained about the most? Like, what is the thing that like you would say is like the thing that this one thing the most?
Put him on blast. Let's go.
Definitely just like communication, being honest.
Communication.
Yeah, which is so crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best communicator. I'm not very open. Like, you really have to dig, and that's based on personal.
Okay, well, so that makes perfect sense then. I wouldn't communicate well with you either then.
Right.
Like, it makes perfect sense.
Well, if you're preaching that, shouldn't you?
But you're the one who's already has the bad communication issue.
But then if I'm working on my communication and obviously communicating with you a lot better.
I'm going to go back to I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. How the woman should always be chasing the man for the relationship to be good, in my opinion. Okay, and once again, I can show you with studies, women love the guys that they're chasing most. Okay, so if you sit there and you're having to text him and you're having to do all that stuff, and he's not texting you as much, it's just a better relationship in my eyes. I think that it's actually better.
Right.
Like, I just truly believe that you probably the fact that you're dealing with all that bullshit says something. You really care about this dude. He has something going for him.
I wouldn't. You're pushing it.
Well, then why are you still fucking with him?
No, I'm not.
You're not fucking with him at all?
I did not say I was still fucking with him. No.
Okay, well then.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna preach something, if you're gonna be on my ass about communicating and everything like that, being open, honest, yada yada yada, whatever, you better be doing the same thing. So if you.
I just don't think that men and women are the same. So anytime somebody asks something of you, you should probably think about, is this even the same as it is for me? It's not the same. You as a woman live a completely different life as him as a man.
But I would want him to communicate with me as well.
No, I don't think that's true. A woman really doesn't like a guy that's up her ass texting or talking to her all the time, communicating all the time. It's not true.
Not like that. Just
I know, but there's no space in the middle though. This is the issue, is you think that there's some kind of middle ground where you can communicate just enough to make you happy, but then also not too much to be a fucking simp that's texting too often. There's no balance in it. Usually, think about it. In every relationship you've ever been, one person has the power. One person's over the other one in some way, shape, or form. So because of that, it's better if you're chasing him. The reason why he was communicating less is because he wants that feeling of you wanting him. And that's better for the relationship. It's more healthy for both of y'all. And this happens, that what you just said is something I've heard women say so much, because you're trying to think that communication is the same between y'all. It's not. It's not at all. It's a better relationship if he talks to you less. He's a simp if he talks to you too much, and you wouldn't even like it. You would literally get annoyed of it.
I think in that situation, I know that there was great communication between both of them, and then all of a sudden he stopped. So there was the
There's great.
At the beginning,
I don't think there was great communication between both of y'all. I don't think there was, and I can tell because
it might have been poor communication on my side at the beginning.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Then it was good, and then he because he was complaining, so I got better, and then the communication got more poor on his side.
Yeah, it's like when y'all act like that, like I just want y'all to understand, you're acting very masculine, okay? Like when you're
So
not
it's like
texting or when you're
act
doing those type of
more-
things, it's very masculine traits. And the guy wants to be the man in the relationship. He wants the girl chasing him, and stuff. It's just
Well, I mean, again,
know?
I think
Yeah.
we know my back. Maybe again,
might have been from the brothers and
might
the
be the
dad, huh?
exception. I don't know,
Yeah.
but that's just how it is.
What about you? What's something that really pisses you off about guys right now, or something about dating that you're just like, this shit's whack? I hate these guys.
ghosting.
Ghosting? Okay.
Not the ghost.
But I mean,
It
like,
goes.
why would the thing is, if you get ghosted, it's because you suck. I'm not trying to say that you suck at
Hell
all. I'm
no,
not saying
hell
that.
no,
I'm not
don't
saying
say
that
that.
you suck. But in general, if a guy ghosts a girl, there's something wrong with her. Whether the sex was bad, she's not an interesting person. She brings nothing to the table
Oh,
other than her
no.
pussy.
No.
Like
No.
no, because I would never
No.
ghost a girl that brought value to my life. The only reason why I'm still with my girl right now is because after she fucked me, she brought value to the table. Otherwise, she would have been on rotation like all the others.
Or
Like, that's-
I'm saying more
or
of
they're
like
just
the
a pussy.
I'm saying more of like the mental aspect for anyone that comes with ghosting after, not even with the guy, more of how you feel after you just got ghosted or something like I never now will I'll
She
never
doesn't
ghost a guy.
wish
I will
that on
never
her worst
ever ghost
enemy.
a guy in my entire life ever again.
It's just
Not that I
basic
ever did
humanity.
before,
Like,
but
you know how it feels not to have closure from someone, right? Like, it fucking sucks, right? So you being ghosted, it sucks because you have no closure. And I mean, I just think if you can't provide closure for someone, you're
Like,
a pussy.
grow up and tell me what was
You're
wrong.
a pussy.
Oh,
Like,
well,
no,
like
it's
those
not
guys
that
have
you
such
fu-
an abundance.
Okay,
I
then-
promise you, he doesn't give a fuck because of his abundance of
Okay,
women.
then
Like I
tell
wouldn't give a
me-
fuck
right, and
either.
that could be true.
Okay,
but
then
that's,
I wouldn't give a
that's
fuck
where,
either.
That's where it sucks.
tell me I
is
fucking
you're-
suck then. Tell me I fucking I don't care.
Yeah, grow up
Just
and
tell
be
me.
like,
Yeah,
sex
just
is
tell
trash.
me.
Don't provide no
Literally,
closure because I really don't care.
But see, but it's
'Cause there's
just
someone
it's
else
just
telling me
funny
that
to
I'm
me
great.
because if I like brought on a bunch of like average normal dudes and like if you knew how much they get ghosted by women, like y'all would be
right,
like
we don't. We
it's
we
and, like
yeah,
what's funny and ironic to me about it is like the type of like how many guys would never ghost you, like do whatever it takes to lock
And
it
then the
down
one-
and never
yeah.
happen. So like I'm
Oh,
sorry
100%.
I'm sorry you get ghosted, but stop going for the chads that do that shit. Like
Chads.
yeah,
Oh,
those-
no.
it's only
I don't
top
think
guy,
any girl
only
at the
only
table
a
goes
top
for
guy.
Chad.
Man,
Yeah,
A lot of y'all
I don't like
say-
Chads.
a lot of y'all would say that y'all don't go for those guys.
I
but you
don't
do.
think any girl at this table goes for Chads. Let's be real.
No.
Not a Chad.
Not a Chad.
Not a chat.
Maybe like a Brett.
No.
Brett the bartender. Yeah.
Mm.
So what about you? What's something that pisses you off about guys right now?
All right. Transparency.
Oh, not being
So,
honest.
I
Oh yeah, I remember
yes,
about this from your
yes,
last one. Yeah.
Yes. It has always been a problem though. So, anyways, he was a liar.
But
So,
I've
the
explained this to you
the
before.
transparency,
He's
but-
not going to be honest with you whenever you're giving him pussy. There's no reason
And-
to.
That's valid, but the transparency in everything that comes with that, in explaining your intent from the like off rip,
From the
be
jump.
transparent about what you're looking for or what's not working. Be transparent in that. So
This is like third time I've had to tell you this, but ladies, I got to explain something. All guys lie. I'm not saying that like you're lying or
No
anything like that,
way.
but most men lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
Like,
gonna.
Right.
like guys lie. Guys
You
lie
lie?
a lot. Like we will sell. We will.
Have I? Absolutely.
Oh,
Well,
Matt lies.
but here's
No,
the thing.
Matt's a
Like
liar.
if you were designed biologically to say whatever it takes sometimes to get your dick in a hole, y'all would understand. Like y'all can't even fathom the feeling. Like you really don't get it. So when guys lie to keep getting that pussy that feels really good, it's because he really doesn't want to let it go. It feels really good. He doesn't want to
I
let that
know,
shit
but
go.
now you're blocking my husband and wasting my time.
But what have we talked about though?
Your
If you never
husband's a
slept
liar.
with the guy, that would
Oh,
have
yeah.
never happened. So stop sleeping with them
Hey,
first,
look,
and you
look,
don't
look,
get
look.
dickmatized.
That was my
Chill,
last
chill,
relationship. And
You
I
can't
have
get-
not
like, y'all-
been
but
in
y-
another one.
the-
but,
like-
yeah, for
Like the
sure.
problem is that y'all have all this confidence that you won't get dickmatized, and you will every fucking
sure.
time get
Fortunately,
dickmatized.
yes.
Like every time, like you're not that powerful. Y'all release oxytocin when y'all have an orgasm. So and we don't.
Who-
Guys don't.
What guy's providing an orgasm?
I was
every
gonna say,
time?
No,
that
for
is
What
sure.
what
never-
hookups are
Girl,
we really
I'm
talking
so
about?
sorry that that's happening
too.
for
Nah,
you.
no,
I'm so sorry that's happening for the
everyone.
both
That's
of
why
y'all.
I stopped
That's
sleeping
sad.
around.
Yeah,
That's
no.
exactly why.
For
I
every
stopped.
like what?
I'm not tripping over
Wasted my
no
time.
guy that's.
Yo-
What did we talk
Y'all
about?
want to
earlier
know?
today?
for
Here,
every-
hold on. Y'all just revealed something really funny though.
No, we said
Yo,
this
yo,
earlier
Gross.
today.
Y'all,
on our
y'all, y'all,
walk.
y'all just revealed something really funny
Gross.
because the only type of guys that don't give a fuck about giving a woman an orgasm is the type of guys that are fucking a lot of bitches. Because if you get
Or
a lot of girls,
they just
if
don't
you,
know.
no,
how-
It's a
they
no
just
either
don't
way, so-
care, and they don't care because they don't have to care. I like a guy that cares. It's because it's usually
But
because
then
he
he's such a
wants to do
simp.
whatever he can to lock that pussy down so she comes back. He's like, I'll eat your pussy. Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes. Like, I'll do. Yeah, I want to make sure you have an orgasm. He doesn't. He wants to do whatever it takes for that girl to come back.
Don't you
Okay.
guys ever fucking
Look,
repeat this.
and
Hold
look,
on.
but here's the deal. I will say something. I say all that as a guy that likes to do it, though. I am a guy that likes oral. I do give it, but do I give it to a girl that I just smash like off a random night? No, I'll give it to the girl that I really
I'm
care
not-
about. That's like a wifey or a girlfriend. I'm not gonna sit there and do oral or do all that extra shit for a bitch that's just like a fuck. Like it's
Yeah.
not worth
I
it.
will.
I had one of
But-
my guy
Yeah,
friends told me.
I
He's a freak.
I had a guy
No.
friend tell me a long time ago that like if you hook up with a guy, he's gonna come regardless. So it doesn't really matter if you come or not. Because
'Cause the hookup-
tomorrow,
No,
tomorrow
exactly.
he's gonna hook up with somebody else, and he
They
still
come
guess
and
what?
come
She's not
regardless.
gonna come, and he will. So it doesn't
It
really
doesn't matter.
They don't.
I also think that's the type of dude because
Also a
I'm gonna
boy.
say this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this confidently. It's out on here, but don't fucking repeat this at work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Um,
literally.
I'm coming
Yeah,
to your
but no
job
one's-
just
yeah.
to
I
say
mean,
this.
Yeah.
Always gonna
I'm
say.
telling
Like
everybody.
Go on.
I would rather, as a dude, not come and make sure you have an orgasm, and I will feel better about myself
Word
at
of
the
mouth.
end. on my life,
you don't
on
want
my
us-
life. Now it needs to happen,
Yeah.
but I'm not worried about it happening with me.
You don't want us to tell everyone at work because that's how you're
I
gonna
feel
get
like
all
that's a
It's,
good thing.
it's
No,
about the girls that I
That's
like.
the
If
guys.
I,
I don't
Don't
really care
tell
about the girls.
anybody.
Don't
If
tell
I-
the guys. Don't tell the guys.
I would say it's
Don't
the
tell the
girls that
guys.
like you really like. The girl
No.
that I want to come back 1,000%. I want her to be pleased, so she comes
Right.
back.
That's why when
Right.
it comes to
1,000%. Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.